Hey, how's it going? My name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka Chocolate Thunder, aka Big Daddy Long, aka Black Lightning with a peanut butter filling, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the franchise, aka what else do I got? The guy. Let's see what else. The man of the century. Wow, I forgot them. Jesus. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed right now. Oh no. Oh no. My nicknames. My nicknames. No. No. My nicknames. I can't. I have so many I can't remember them. Oh no. Ah no. But anyway, yeah, Mr. J3T here. Also, crispy. I am crispy again. Barbershops have officially opened up in Louisville, Kentucky, and I am crispy again. I am big sexy again. I was already big sexy before. I just had that quarantine afro, but now I'm officially big sexy. So today we are going to be talking about a little cartoon. You may have heard of it. It's called Avatar, The Last Airbender. It's a pretty small cartoon. You probably never even heard of it. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Avatar because Avatar has recently gotten pretty popular again because with there's a live action show coming to Netflix now, and with the original creators working on it. So that combined with the original series being on Netflix, Avatar is popular again. And fans from before are coming back to relive the Avatar goodness, me included. I am currently rewatching the entire series again. I am on book 3, episode 2. So, yeah. And plus, ever since like Avatar started to become popular again, my YouTube homepage has been constantly filled with Avatar related stuff. It's either Avatar, The Last Airbender, or Korra, The Legend of Korra. So yeah, I think God's trying to tell me something here. So yeah, Avatar. So if you somehow don't know what Avatar is, first of all, look, if you don't know what Avatar is, fix it, okay? Fix it. If you have Netflix, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix and you've never watched Avatar before, you don't have an excuse. Watch it. It's one of the best cartoons ever. Watch it. Watch it. But anyway, sorry for that. I didn't mean to antagonize you. I'm sorry. It's just I'm very passionate about Avatar. So, if you're one of the 5 people that doesn't know what Avatar is, let me give you a quick summary. So, in this world, there are people that have the power to control one of the 4 elements: fire, earth, water, and air. And there are these kingdoms: the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, the Water Tribe, and the Air Nomads. They once lived together in harmony, right? They were all peaceful and stuff. Until one day the Fire Nation was on some take over the world shit and started trying to take over the world, right? So the Avatar, who is the master of all the elements, he was powerful enough to stop the war, specifically the Fire Lord. He was powerful enough to stop him, but one day he vanished. Nobody knew where he went. He vanished. So 100 years later, a girl named Katara, who was a waterbender, and her brother Sokka, who was a normal person, find this iceberg with the new avatar, Aang, who is an airbender. And as the title suggests, is the last airbender. So it's up to Aang to master all the 4 elements and stop the Fire Lord. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the whole story. There are plenty of other side stories and plenty of other characters, but that's like the main thread, the main story. This kid who's 12 years old, so this kid has to master all the elements to save the world and defeat a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man with fire powers. Oof, I do not envy Aang at all in his situation. So, yeah, as I said, the series is great. You know, it's just great. If you haven't watched it. It's definitely worth your time. Like, I'm just gonna say it right now. One of the best shows ever. Not just cartoon, one of the best shows ever. Like, the characters are just, they're lovable. Specifically, one character named Zuko. Zuko is the prince of the Fire Nation, a banished prince, and he is the son of the Fire Lord. So Zuko is, I'm not exaggerating when I say he is one of the best written characters in any show ever. Because when we first see him, he starts off as a villain, right? Then as the series goes on, he slowly starts to find out that, you know, his family is really messed up. And the Fire Nation is really messed up, right? So the series, we follow him, right, as he struggles between good and evil, right? If he wants to be good, if he wants to go back to the Fire Nation, or if he wants to, like, go off and do his own thing. Like, we see him struggle with that. And in book 2, there's a moment where we thought that he finally may have turned to the good side. He was making progress. He was smiling and all that. So, you know, being social, you know, he was happy. He was making progress until he relapsed into the Fire Nation mentality. So, but after that, like, as he's welcomed back home, he starts realizing that his family is really messed up. And the Fire Nation is really messed up. So we see him naturally grow as a character. See, we start him from the beginning, we see him as a bad guy. Then in book 2, he's somewhat in the middle ground. But then book 3, he naturally makes a transition to the good side. He's a babyface. He makes a huge face turn. And it's done naturally. And when he eventually does go to the good side, it's so rewarding to see. Because, I don't know, me and probably others have been rooting for Zuko to turn good ever since, like, the series first started. Because, you know, if you don't know, spoilers, his father, the Fire Lord, scarred him. He burned his own son. Like, there's this huge scar on this left side of his face, and that scar came from his dad, the Fire Lord. So ever since we saw that episode, we've been rooting for Zuko to turn good for pretty much the entire series, and when he eventually does, it's very rewarding to see. But Zuko's not the only well-written character. There's the Avatar himself, Aang, where, you know, we really get to see, like, the pressure of being the Avatar. Because, like I said, he's only a 12-year-old kid, and he has to master all these elements and fight a grown-ass man with fire powers. A grown-ass crazy man with fire powers, may I add. And we really get to see the stress and, like, the burden of this kid having this huge responsibility on his hands, on his shoulders, and we get to see him try and work through that. And uh, each book, there are 3 books. They call them books, but they're seasons. So there are 3 books, and each one has to do, each season has to deal with an element that Aang has to learn. So book 1 is water. Aang has to learn waterbending. Book 2 is earth. Aang has to learn earth. And book 3 is fire, where Aang finally has to learn the one final element, fire. So we get to also see him struggle with finding teachers, because especially in book 3, because the Fire Nation hates his guts. It's going to be very difficult for him to find a firebending teacher. So especially in book 3, we see him struggle to find a firebending teacher, and the other books we see him struggle too. I'm sorry, there was a jerk on a motorcycle. Book 1 and 2, we see him struggle with finding teachers, and we also see him struggle with being the last of his kind, because the Fire Nation, after finding out that the Avatar is going to be an airbender, the Fire Nation wiped them out. They wiped out the whole airbending population, like I said, on some take over the world shit. So they wiped out all the airbenders. They supposedly wiped out all the airbenders. So we get to see him struggle with being the last of his kind. But we don't get to see him struggle all the time. We also get to see him happy, you know, because really he's just a kid. He wants to have fun, you know. So we get to see him play with animals and all that. So we don't just see him struggle all the time, because that would be depressing as hell. But we do get to see him happy. We do get to see the lighthearted moments of him. Katara also has a great transition, because Katara starts off as like this cute little tribe girl, you know, doesn't really fight that much. But by the end of the series, no lie, she turns into such a badass. She turns into a badass waterbending master, and I loved it. I loved her transition. It was awesome to see. Sokka, he was great comedic relief. He's not just the comedic relief, he also has his dramatic moments too, but he was great for comedic relief. And, oh, my favorite, Toph, the airbender, not the airbender, the earthbender, the blind earthbender. Oh my god, I love Toph. I love Toph so much. Like, she gets introduced in book 2, and she eventually becomes Aang's earthbending teacher, and I love her. I just love her so much. She's just so sarcastic and just so tomboyish. I just love her. I love her. She's just so cool. She is so cool, man. We also get, you know, we see her past too. Like, she grew up very sheltered because she's blind, you know. She's blind, but she sees with the earth. It's kind of like a sonar vision, you know. So, but her parents just think she's a blind little girl, so they sheltered her, they protected her, and all of that. So when she gets the opportunity to go out into the world, she takes it. And yeah, she's just a great character. My personal favorite character. I love her. She's just so cool. My second being Zuko. But yeah, and the villains though. Oh my god, the villains. Zuko's sister, Azula, one of the best villains in a show ever, because she is just this unstoppable force of nature. There's this one episode called The Chase, where the group is just trying to sleep, you know? They're just trying to sleep, but Azula and her posse just keeps chasing them. She's just constantly on their asses, won't let them sleep. Because she's trying to exhaust them, so eventually she can come in for the kill. Like, we just see her just be this unstoppable evil force of nature that episode really established Azula as a kick-ass villain. A very kick-ass, very sociopathic, very crazy kick-ass villain. So, and the Fire Lord, he's just a Fire Lord, not much to say about him. He's just this evil guy that wants to take over the world because he wants to. So, yeah, it's not much. He's just your average bad guy, But not to say that's not a dink on the series. Like, that's definitely not a dink on the series. I'm just saying, he doesn't really have any substance. There's no reason on why he wants to take over the world. He just does. So, yeah, but, he's a good villain, He's a great final boss villain. That's the best way to describe him. He's a great final boss villain. So, I just spent 16 minutes gushing about the characters. Let's talk about something else. The animation. The animation is great. The animation, it still holds up today. It more than holds up today. It looks better than some cartoons today. The animation with the fight scenes is so crisp and so good. The airbending and the fire looks amazing, especially the fire. The fire looks beautiful in this episode. The fight scenes are very crisp and action-packed. They really get your heart pumping. They really have especially with the earthbending too, you can really feel that you can really feel the weight. You can just feel the weight of the rocks being thrown around and all that. You can feel, this is going to be a weird thing to say, you can feel how wet the water is with the waterbenders. You can feel the air coming at you with the air bending, and the fire looks awesome. It looks hot, it looks beautiful, and I loved it. So the animation is great. The story is also great. I believe the reason these characters work so well is that the story that they're in, too, enhances it. They enhance the story. The characters enhance the story, too, because, it's like a video game plot, Kid has to defeat the final boss, and in the middle, there are all these little mini-villains, and with these little mini-villains, there are these little bosses, too, right? There are these small little bosses until you get to the main boss, right? So it's like that, basically. It's pretty much like a video game. So I hope I explained that right. I hope I explained that good. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. I just really love this series so much. The story is great, and like I said before, the Fire Nation is seriously on some Nazi party stuff, right? They wiped out an entire group of people like the Nazis tried to do. They have this huge figurehead, the Fire Lord, who's kind of like an Adolf Hitler type thing, right? The people in the Fire Nation love the Fire Lord, but the rest hate him. The rest know how much of a shithead he is. So it's really, this show really borrowed a lot from the Nazi party to give it to the Fire Nation. Am I the only one that sees that? I can't be the only one that sees that, right? I know there's got to be other people that sees it, not just me. So yeah, that should give you a good idea of how evil they are. I compared them to Nazis. So that should give you a really good idea of how truly evil the Fire Nation is and how truly evil the Fire Lord is. So yeah, they make for great villains, and Aang and the group, the Team Avatar, as Sokka would say, make for great, relatable, lovable heroes that you just want to see just demolish the Fire Nation. You know, you just want to see them steamrolled. You just want to see them steamroll through the Fire Nation, but you don't. You see them fail. You see them fail, which is like it really like sets the bar high. The tension, that's why it really sets the tension high, because they can fail. At the end of the day, they're just humans, you know, so they can fail, and that's sets the tension even higher, because you don't know if they're gonna fail the next time, or, you know, it's just great. It's great. Tension, great, awesome. Yeah, but anyway, overall, it is a great series that you definitely should check out if you never watched it before, if you somehow never watched it before, if you live under a rock. It is a great series that is definitely worth your time. I give it 2 thumbs up and 2 J3T stamps of approval. It is a great series. Please watch it. It's on Netflix. Watch it now. Watch it. Watch it. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, this has been a 21-minute video. Wow. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you really like me, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. Deuces.